Are you ready to relive some of the most intense rivalries in Raiders history? Get ready to take a trip down memory lane as we explore some of the team's biggest rivalries in the NFL. These are the matchups that have had fans on both sides fired up for decades. From close, hard-fought games to controversial moments and memorable plays, these rivalries have it all. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready to relive some of the most memorable moments in Raiders history. But we're not just here to talk about the past, we also want to know what you think about these rivalries. Who do you think the Raiders' biggest rival is? Let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure to read and respond to as many comments as we can. Without further ado, let's dive into some of the Raiders' biggest rivalries in the NFL. Are you ready to go back in time and relive some of the most intense moments in Raiders history? Here we go. First up, we have the Raiders' biggest rival in the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs. These two teams have been playing each other since 1960, and there's no love lost between them. So what has contributed to the bad blood between these two teams over the years? For one thing, there have been a number of close, hard-fought games between the Raiders and Chiefs that have come down to the wire. The Holy Roller game in 1978 and the Sea of Hands game in 1974 are just two examples of memorable moments between these two teams that were decided in the final moments of the game. But it's not just the close games that have contributed to the tension between these two teams. There have also been a number of controversial moments and memorable plays that have added to the bad blood. The Holy Roller game gets its name from a play in which the Raiders scored a touchdown by intentionally fumbling the ball forward and then recovering it in the end zone. This play was later made illegal, and it contributed to the Raiders' win in this particular matchup. The Sea of Hands game gets its name from a play in which Raiders receiver Cliff Branch made a leaping catch in the end zone over a group of Chiefs defenders. The scene was described as a sea of hands as the defenders tried to swat the ball away, and this play was a key part of the Raiders' win in this matchup. Next, we have the Raiders' rivalry with the Denver Broncos. These two teams have been playing like the Raiders-Chiefs rivalry. There have been a number of close games and controversial moments between the Raiders and Broncos. The Snowplow game in 1982 and the Monday Night Miracle in 2000 are just two examples of memorable moments between these two teams that have contributed to the bad blood. The Snowplow game gets its name from a controversial play in which the Broncos used a snowplow to clear a spot on the field for a field goal attempt. This play was later ruled to be legal, but it was a controversial moment in the game and contributed to the Broncos' win. The Monday Night Miracle gets its name from a comeback win by the Raiders on Monday Night Football. The Raiders were down by a large margin in the second half, but they were able to score a number of quick touchdowns and complete the comeback in the final minutes of the game. This win was dubbed a miracle because of the unlikely nature of the comeback. Next up, we have the Raiders' rivalry with the Los Angeles Chargers. These two teams have been playing each other since 1960, and while they may not have the same level of history as the Raiders' other rivalries, there's still plenty of animosity between them. So what has contributed to the bad blood between these two teams? One factor is the number of close, hard-fought games between the Raiders and Chargers. The Immaculate Interception game in 1964 and the Helmet Catch game in 2002 are just two examples of memorable moments between these two teams that were decided in the final moments of the game. The Immaculate Interception game gets its name from a play in which Chargers linebacker Paul Lowe intercepted a pass and ran it back for a touchdown. This play was a key moment in the Chargers' win and was later dubbed the Immaculate Interception because it was seen as a miraculous play. The helmet catch game gets its name from a play in which Raiders receiver Tim Brown made a catch while wearing a helmet-mounted camera. The camera captured the catch from Brown's perspective, and the play was a key moment in the Raiders' win. The Raiders have a number of other rivalries beyond just the ones mentioned in the script. Some of their other notable rivals include the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New England Patriots. These rivalries are long in the past though. That was the video. Like and subscribe.